So here, Bob Crimmins put this together some years ago, Poker 2.0, and he gets startup entrepreneurs getting together and playing a tournament. As you can see, this is what we call the East Wing. This is the area where people will be coming in and setting up for the day. They won't leave their stuff out. They'll put it in a locker, but they'll be able to come in on the days that works for them, and the evenings program as well.
So there's there's a couple different spaces in here.
Right.
This is the hot desk.
This is East Wing, and the idea here is everybody's going to be next to somebody else. There's going to be one or two people in a company bumping up against each other, always sitting at different places. There's an opportunity for easily 50 people, maybe even 80 people could be in here at a given time, meeting new people all the time, creating new networks, new opportunities.
Collaboration, real progress.
Yeah. And I'd love to bring students in from the various universities as well.
That's cool, so they could get paired up and do some mixer nights, and then you can lean over the desk and see what somebody's doing.
And Nerf war, maybe.
Yeah.
What's the need?
Well, there's a whole bunch of different needs we can identify. We've got companies that need entrepreneurs that have skills and programmers that have the skills in order to take their business to the next level. There's a real hot demand for high-tech growth. And as we know, in order to turn the economy around, we really need to have more jobs and more companies that are starting up. That's our future. And we can do a lot of that right here in Seattle. There's no real opportunity right now that really provides a flat platform for entrepreneurs to help each other on a consistent day-to-day basis. The coffee shops are great, but they're full of distractions. You can't go there reliably. You're putting them out of business by taking up too much of their space. Here we can provide real high-speed wireless, and everybody can get to know each other, helping each other out. And by doing that, you eliminate a lot of wasted time when people travel around town trying to find resources.
And it's right by the bus tunnel. It's like super central.
What if I need a conference room?
Well, perfect question. Let me show you. This is like a breakout area where people can focus on a particular topic of perhaps the language. And there's conference rooms like this throughout the space. And the benefit of this is that you have an opportunity to get away from the crowd. Unfortunately, the lights on here don't work just yet. There you go. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this is brand new space. It opens Monday, right?
Well, yeah, we're going to be opening Monday. Exactly. We've been doing 3 months worth of work, trying to get the lease secured, get the funding, put the deal together, and make it happen. Bringing in the wireless and setting up what we're going to be doing.
It comes wired. You get your pass access,
exactly.
Pass, pay your fee, and
exactly. But I was going to say earlier is when people are out there having a conversation and it gets too loud, they can come in here and have a breakout where they can be private and they can actually use the board. The whiteboards are always useful, so they can do some planning in here. But also they can do hiring and sensitive information in here. So this will be available to everybody, which amps up the value of what they have out there.
Yeah,
so you can
collaborate an attorney or something here, and it makes sense.
Yeah, or you get collaboration, but you also have private. And some of the best views in Seattle. That's the tallest building right there.
You're right, literally
Boogie Tower
to the best steak. Yes, and then down here is downtown Seattle.
You got the light to work. You're the first one to get this to work. I don't know how you did that.
Magic touch. It's the geek in me, maybe, huh?
Yeah.
So, show me the rest of the space here. Are you already getting residents already?
We are. We actually, at this point, we have about 35 head count, representing 15 companies.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow, rack.
Well, right.
Yeah, that's a friend.
They're providing $600 per month credit per company that's resident here.
Oh, so you're bundling in some different services and getting the community wrapped around that.
Yes.
What kind of things are you looking for? What kind of partners could come to the table? And I see they're doing business right now.
Yeah, they're having a board meeting in there. It's one of our clients. And they've brought people from up from San Diego. There's another company in here. Otherwise, I'd take you into these conference rooms. So we are not even open, and companies are already taking advantage of these spaces because they're so desperately needed. And we have smaller spaces, too, for when you have only a need for 2 to 4 people, you can come into a conference room like this.
Cool, whiteboard.
Great, How you doing?
It doesn't seem like the best time to talk to you.
Probably not. But go ahead.
Try if I can come in, maybe I can use the desk.
Yeah.
I gotta talk to you about that?
Yeah.
Or should I just show up?
Show up. We'll figure out the details.
We've got a sale right here.
And you're always here.
I live here. It seems to be.
Very cool. I'll be here tomorrow then.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And have you seen this? We have a conference room in here.
Classroom, yeah.
Oh, nice.
So an opportunity for doing seminars as well as doing lectures and training for venture capital presentations or investors, as well as streaming video from Stanford or MIT, or just a webinar, or maybe some surf
Well,
movies.
this just makes you want to have a need to do a conference. Right?
Definitely.
Yeah, there you go.
We've actually had an entrepreneur already standing up there quiet, but nobody in there, and he's practicing. It was really quite cute.
Yeah, it's very cool. Thanks.
So that's kind of cool. You have some closed door spaces, different styles.
Yeah, I just gotta see what's
So you're going to do like events where people can like features where you can meet with experienced entrepreneurs and other experienced
So over here we
professionals?
have. There's been 6 people that have been working over here this evening, peer programming on Reha.
What are you guys doing over here?
Ricardo. Scander.
Scander.
You guys doing some Rails programming?
Yes.
Yeah. What do you think about the space here?
It's amazing.
So it's creating gravity in a space to create almost like a solar system of different talent and people around here.
So like mentoring, if I'm a young startup, and inexperienced, how am I going to get access to mentors? Are you already attracting those type of individuals here?
Absolutely. We actually have a form online that they can fill out, and we'll add them to our database, and when we have a match, we'll bring that together. In fact, we've already got some mentors that want to join as a result of Poker 2.0 tonight. And over here, we have our lounge area where people get together. And last night we had 20 people here for iOS developers. And we all talked about how to develop our future meetups. And also we had 2 demonstrations of their product. And the best thing about it for this group was they got to critique a real live demo in front of peers in a safe, comfortable environment.
Yeah.
And they got incredible feedback that made the whole evening worthwhile for all the participants.
Yeah, but you get a couple brains together who have made mistakes.
Right.
And you don't make those mistakes, it saves your company.
It
It saves $100,000.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
And here's Neil.
Hi, Neil.
Seaton. Hi. How's it going? What are we doing here?
This is for
Is it a live tour?
this is for demo TV, so we're just kind of doing
Fantastic.
checking it out, live tour.
Well, you guys just missed the sunset about 30 minutes ago. I'm sorry, you're going to have to come back tomorrow. But you might be able to catch a ferry.
Oh, what's cool is like the ferry terminal's right,
It's right
there.
there,
So you can literally
Bremerton.
you can go to Bremerton and get a boat slip out there for like $400 a month and get a boat off of Craigslist and live super cheap.
Yeah.
Take a boat here, or live it on Alki because they have the right there.
Right.
Is the commuter ferry for
Right.
$3.
And 2 blocks away or so, you can catch a train straight to
To the airport.
To the airport.
Yeah, the bus tunnel, yeah, it's right
We're
over
going to
there.
have ferry meetings where you actually get on the ferry and you have a fixed amount of time to finish your meeting, so you don't have these meeting
Nice.
overruns anymore. That's great. You have a great view
Only in
and everything.
Seattle.
There's Wi-Fi. Yeah,
Control throws you off and you get to the other side.
We have a bit of a wish list.
So everybody, look at the wish list and see, like literally, you're coming out of a grassroots opportunity to not only help yourselves but help a community and help yourselves by helping the community. So we got projectors, printers, fax, VoIP, some coffee action. I think there's a couple guys here in Seattle that might be able to help with that.
You could add angel investors to that list.
Yeah.
Yep.
This was just infrastructure stuff. This month was to capture all the infrastructure and try and get up to speed so that we can focus on customer needs. We have a pantry in here, yet to be cleaned up. And here we have plenty of room for our own private network.
There's a little rack space for some 1-up or 2-up servers and
So WowRack set us all up with the
Oh,
switches. They set us all up with a patch.
All right, Ed.
Ed. And a wonderful program, and we have incredible service for all of our members here with us.
little Cisco 515 down there.
Yeah.
So Ed Kim's an old friend. I want to give a shout out to WowRack, and they've been really supportive of
They've been tremendous.
Yeah, they've been around Seattle for
Decade.
decades.
Yeah, and our members will get $600 credit from WowRack.
And they've got a
for
new
hosting.
big
They do down in
down south. Yeah.
Oh, where is that called? Yeah,
South
Tukwila.
Right?
yeah, Tukwila area.
So what's this side of the building?
So this area is the fixed desk where people actually can stay permanently at the same location. They can set up their posters and photographs and whatnot. You'll see that this.
So this is when you incubate, maybe get around and get
Well,
to here.
So this has just been tagged because just yesterday
Somebody's like, Dave said this is mine.
Dave's taken 4 of these. And
Yeah. So I imagine it's kind of becoming a little bit of a land grab, right?
It is a land grab. In
Everyone's
fact,
like, hey, I'm your friend.
We're already getting issues about that. People wanting to switch around or
Hey, here,
have other people
let me give
redirect
you,
it.
let me give you your wine allocation.
And exactly. And
This
this
is
area,
nice.
we're calling this the intellectual property room because it's so secluded from everybody else.
Yeah.
It's way out at the end. And what we're going to have here is a sponsor, hopefully, that will jump up and put their logo in
Like
here.
an IP law firm,
Right,
maybe?
exactly.
I might
And-
know a couple of those, maybe.
Get Adam
Perfect.
Phillip from Axios,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Hey, Adam. And they'll pay for the room, and they'll have this as their own branded room. What we could do is...
That's nice how they could sponsor the space.
They could sponsor the space, and then they could come in here and meet any of our clients here, or they could even bring their clients outside. So some offices are looking for office hours to come to an area with 100 head count here.
Yeah.
There's enough clients here that they could build a relationship with over time and get to know.
Well, they could sponsor their own deal
Exactly.
and say, we're going to do IP pizza night or whatever
Yeah,
it is.
exactly.
And bring in different people from around the world with a voice over IP session
Right.
and solve some problems.
So you're asking about which type of companies would be appropriate. So obviously legal and accounting, graphic art is really big, public relations, marketing,
Yeah.
those kind of skills that all the companies need. Because what we want to do is let them stay on their core competence. Their core competence is what they do best. They shouldn't have to go around doing other things they have no skills in.
Yeah.
They should be able to get those skills to come in.
Placement agencies and headhunters, those type, that help you
Well,
find.
to that end, headhunter is an interesting one. As you can imagine, all individuals, may even be students, maybe even students come in on the East Wing, and they hear that there's a need for a certain programming for push. So they come over and help a company here. Well, pretty soon, who are you going to hire?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
You got Seattle University of
Right,
Washington.
and they're over on the East Wing getting picked up all the time by the
Yeah.
people here at the lunch counter.
Yeah, you got essentially a built-in pool of talent that you can just
Exactly.
dip into as an entrepreneur.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, show you a couple other areas. One fellow's set up in here. He has five in his company. They're scattered around. He's going to ultimately bring them in here.
Mm-hmm.
We have another room over here. I'll leave the light off so you can get a sense of Puget Sound across there at the sunset.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'll take this one. So you're right on the Puget Sound. There's really cool restaurants and art, and you're pretty much ground central.
He was blocks away from the Pioneer Square and the bars and the.
So this
down there.
This was the last zone of contention. There was a company wanting these, and regretfully they were already taken. But it'll all sort out in the end. So we figured it out today that what's going to happen here is the companies that are over there are going to really support the companies that are over here,
So you can get out
so
of
they
here.
can exactly.
Okay. All right. So is there going to be like flex desks where you can just use them for like a day? You can pay for it by a day and just kind of have a membership.
Yeah. So you see, not all desks are empty. If
Yeah.
you take a look at this one, you'll see that.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah,
Right,
some
we
sec-
will do flex pass. We will do day passes. We're just trying to roll out a whole suite of offerings. We don't know exactly what the whole mix will be at the end, but we're trying to address when someone comes to us and says, "This is what I want." We say, "Okay, we can figure that out."
Yeah, and you have a pool of talent. You can push it out, and somebody knows somebody.
So our first early adopter got the early adopter or the first move advantage, and they came in here and they got this wonderful site.
Yeah, those are great views from over here at this end.
Yeah.
Hey, you're
Oh,
like
you got the
right
ferry
there.
right there.
And back here, do you want to be on the film? She doesn't want to film.
Can't really see
Edit
it.
that one.
But yeah, so there's your West Seattle is right there.
And the ferry's just pulling
The
in.
ferry is like right there. You could walk to work.
You can literally walk to this building without any change in elevation because we're on the First Avenue here at the same height as...
And what are the hours, I guess? Like, how does that all
Well,
work?
that is a good question. If you have one of these wonderful things, this will give you access 24/7.
I wish my club had one of those.
Exactly.
But what about like the secure areas then? How does that work out? Is you got to
Well-
watch that?
Because it's a community, we believe that people are going to look after each other. And only people that have a key are going to come in here. The ones that have a key already have a value proposition here at
Yeah.
Surf. And second of all, everybody using a car key actually triggers a data record. So it
Yeah.
has your name. So
Yeah. And you can put hidden RFID readers all over the place. You know where
You
they
could.
go, right?
And we will be. One of the things we need to add to our list is the security camera. So we will actually be able at the front at the entrance.
Yeah. But otherwise, it's like all built out, ready to turnkey. How do people sign up?
They just fill out an application online. It's
Surfincubator.com.
surfincubator.com and go on to apply.
And there's a list you can get on if you want to come down, meet other people, happenings like this one.
Certainly, yeah.